star wey dey call Falz don come out come talk im mind o. My people, I greet una specially. We welcome una to dis our channel. Na make Naija better wey all dey o. The tori wey we carry come sama una today na about dis our musician wey dey call Falana, popularly known as Falz. He don come out come talk unto the song wey he release with INEC chairman name. INEC chairman name. Falz get mind sha. Anyway, my people, make I leave una. Make una watch the video wey him get for Arise TV.
Program. Tell us more about the theme and the inspiration behind this latest song, Yakubu, that you've just released with Vector.
Thank you very much. Excuse me. As you said, pretty much just an account of events as they've transpired in the last couple of months. With the entire episode, with the elections and everything as they've played out. That's pretty much what it is. It's self-explanatory. If you listen to the record, you follow the story from beginning to end. Even if you weren't present when all these things were happening, you'll be able to, just by listening and watching this video, to have a clear or a brief summary of events as they transpired. And that's what we're trying to achieve with the record.
And you have taken to social media to express your dissatisfaction with the emergence of Bola Tinubu as the president-elect. You also said that the governor of Lagos State, Babajide Sanwo-Olu, was not elected but selected himself. Tell us why the process by which they emerged as winners has incurred your displeasure.
To say the least, the rules and regulations that were supposed to guide these elections were not applied, quite simply. The INEC chairman himself, prior to the elections, had come out and released these regulations and said, this is the way we are going to run these elections. And then by the time that these elections were then happening, suddenly, we're seeing this process that is so not transparent and exactly the opposite of what you said it was going to be. And, of course, people are going to raise eyebrows. Of course, everyone is going to be like, what is going on? So, that was pretty much, how it happened. And it was clear from all that there was some foul play involved.
It's interesting, Falz, that less than a year ago, you were publicly backing INEC's voter registration drive, headlining free concerts organized in part by the same INEC that's now fallen out of your favor. And of course, at one of those concerts, you had INEC chairman Mahmoud Yakubu saying, and I quote, "I assure you that your vote will count," unquote. But you don't believe that your vote has counted, do you?
I definitely do not. I definitely do not. Mine, as well as millions of other Nigerians who trooped out to vote on those days. And it's very sad. It's very sad. It's very terrible to see that everyone is being subjected to this. And it's some level of torture, if you like, because you're almost toying with our feelings and with our future. And this is no joke in any way. And, this man, like you said, during all these events and all these pre-election events had come and said, look, I assure you this is going to happen and it's going to be free and fair. And everyone had so much faith going into this, into these elections. And it was deeply, deeply disappointing the way everything turned out.
So let me ask you this. I mean, what were you expecting this election to deliver? I mean, were you hoping to see a new Nigerian political identity emerge from it?
Yeah. Yes, definitely. And I think we can see that there's been a bit of a trajectory. there's been something brewing just within the polity, especially among the young people. And, as we know, as statistics tell us, the young people make the bulk of our population. And that has come to show, in just the way that things have played out. And leading up to these elections, everyone could see that there was a momentum. There was a momentum that was brewing. And it wasn't really revolving around any particular personality in particular. It was more about, look, we're going into this process again, and what we would like to achieve is being able to choose this time around. What has happened over time? And, this entire thing that's happening now is not new to us. It's what is normally expected. They come and they do this wuru-wuru, and people's votes don't count. And even coming into these elections, most people are saying, oh, our votes wouldn't count, because that's the way they do it normally. We'll go there, we'll waste our time, they will just come and they will do what they want to do. So everyone was feeling hopeful that this time around, it wouldn't be business as usual. Everyone was hoping that we would come, we would vote, and that our votes would count. And I couldn't even believe what I was seeing, even as the elections were happening. People were determined. It was raining cats and dogs. People stood in the rain. It was, the sun was a furnace, earlier in the day. People stood and people made sure that they voted, because everyone wanted to see something different this time around. And like I said earlier on, it was just deeply, deeply disappointing, very heartbreaking, terribly heartbreaking, to say the least, the way everything played out.
And presumably it is that spirit of disappointment that you've captured in your new song, because I noticed that it's clearly not a song designed to help people rise above all the political sort of sectionalism and frustrations and so on. I mean, it doesn't sound like it's helping, aiming to help people find the best way to move forward from this election.
Music is a medium of expression. It's an expression of rage. It's an expression of frustration. It's an expression of anger. It's fury. This is the way that we're feeling. And there's absolutely nothing I'm saying on this record, or Vector is saying on this record, that hasn't occurred. It's not, we're not fabricating facts. We're not making things up. We're not painting a scenario that did not occur. I'm telling you things as they happened. We went out there, we voted, and suddenly everything was scattered before our very eyes. And absolutely nothing was done about that. And even upon all the numerous cases of violence that we witnessed, upon all the very shoddy and shabby looking manipulated results that we saw with our very eyes, the INEC chairman still went on to declare a winner. And as for the presidential election, as the presidential election is concerned, in the dead of the night, so I mean, it was all just a big mess. It was all a big mess.
And I noticed that you use quite a bit of Yoruba language in the song, as well as, of course, Pidgin and English. Is that aimed at infusing the color, the song with color, invigorating it with drama, or is there a deeper, perhaps more political reason?
I'm a Yoruba speaker myself. I'm a Pidgin speaker myself. These are Nigerian languages. I always aim to stay as true to myself as possible in every way that I express my art, and that pretty much is what that was. I always express both in English and my native languages. With majority of my records, and majority of the song is in English anyway. So.
This Falz doesn't person though. Now people like this, when they stand for the truth, now we need for this Naija. Anyway, my people gonna drop on a comment for the comment section on how una reason this matter, how una see am. And also make una not forget to like and share this video. Una do well. See you in our next video. Bye. to